Hi, I'm Jason from Worship Artistry, and in this video, we're going to do a quick cram session of the song That's Who I Praise by Brandon Lake. Now this video is kind of assuming that it's Saturday night, you got to play this tomorrow, so I'm giving you kind of a simplified version that's going to work really well, help you get through the whole song, and I'm going to try and do it in 5 minutes. Nick, do you think we can do it in 5 minutes?
No.
I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to prove Nick wrong, and then he's going to cut this part out if I go longer. So let's go ahead and dive in. So first off, as always, I'm just going to pull this up on Worship Artistry just so we can have the chord chart, because really understanding the form of the song and where everything fits is really important. A little scary. See a lot of flats in there, but don't worry about it because we're going to be pretty much planted in one spot, and obviously you can always transpose it if you're going to do it in a different key. And what's great about this song is we're really just focusing on the intro. We're going to have a riff there, and that's going to get used throughout. And then our chorus is going to give us the basis of the rhythm for the rest of the song, and we're just going to build off of that. So really all we need to learn is this intro riff and the rhythm, and then that's going to take us through the whole song. All right, first, let's go ahead and have a listen to the intro. Now in that video you heard a dotted eighth note delay, kind of really helps everything lock in. I've turned it off so you can really hear the notes in this section. And we're starting off up here on the 18th fret, and our pinky is going to be there, our middle finger ready to go on 16, and then our pointer on 15. And we're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E. All right, that's the timing wise. So we're 1 and 2 and is where we start. We pluck that E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E. And I always slide out because it kind of gives it more of a rhythmic feel, especially with the delay on it. We do that 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. So that last little part drops down to the 13th fret of the E. Throw that trill in. Roll to the B. And finish there. I usually reach with my ring finger, doesn't really matter. The key is you really want to lock that rhythm in. So one more time, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. Now that's going to get you through all the intros, and it's kind of the main hook of the song. So now let's focus on the rhythm. For the rhythm, we're going to focus on our chorus here because we're going to stay in one position. It's going to sound like this.
I'm gonna praise, I praise the mountain, moving body, raising breaker of chains. I'm gonna praise, I praise the heaven, seated, undefeated, highest of names. That's who I praise.
Okay, once again, I've turned off my delay here so we can really hear what's happening. And here's our chords. We're really just playing for our E flat, or our A flat, we're barring the G and the B, and then our middle finger is on the 9th fret of the B. So this is our A flat. Our E flat just lifts up that pointer and plays those two. Then for our B flat, pinky goes to the 11th, ring finger to the 10th of the G there. And then our C minor, we just bar the E and the B. So it's just. And those are the shapes that we're going to use throughout the whole song. So anytime you see those chords, that's what we're working with. And we'll talk about how that works in the verse versus the chorus. But this is the most important part. Here is your rhythm. It's going to sound like this. So what that is I'm just going to do it with the A flat chord shape there. We're going to go down, mute, up, mute, mute, down, and then slide out. So once again, down, mute, up, mute, mute, down. And then you just change throughout. That rhythm is throughout. So even before you work on changing chords, just focus on getting that rhythm, just that. You can just pick one chord. Then once you got that, apply that to the rest of the chords. Now here's what we're going to do for the verse. Okay, the verse is going to take that same rhythm and it's going to sound like this.
I wanna walk like Moses, right through the waves. One day I'll see that promised land, no longer slaves. Though the fear is talking, no one can take out my faith. I'm gonna.
So all I'm doing with the verse there is I'm just taking the lowest note, which is on the G, and doing that same rhythm and following the verses. So it's, I want to walk like Moses, right through the waves for the B flat, we up to the 10th, and we stay there. So your A flat, you're playing this note. For your C minor, you're playing that note. For your B flat, you're there. But it's still just that same rhythm. Now you notice with that rhythm, I kind of throw in those little pickups and that sort of thing. You don't have to do that. That just kind of helps me lock in. But do whatever feels good to you. Now the only other thing is the bridge. Same idea. The only difference, instead of doing that rhythm, we're just gonna lightly strum down strums on that G. And just build throughout that. So you've got your intro, you've got single notes on your verses, you've got the chords doing the same rhythm on the choruses, and then on that bridge, just kind of a slight build. Real simple, and I'll get you through the whole song. Here's how it's gonna sound with the whole thing put together.
I wanna dance like David, I wanna faith like Paul, I wanna sing like Silas, tearing down the prison walls. I wanna face that fire, it won't burn me though. God's got my back, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. I wanna walk like Moses, right through the waves. One day I'll see that promised land, no longer slaves. Though the fear is talking, no one can take out my faith. I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise. I praise the mountain, moving body, raising broken chains. Gonna praise, I'm gonna praise. I praise the heaven, seated, undefeated, highest of names. That's who I praise. Hey, that's who I praise. That's who I praise. I wanna gift like Mary, I wanna break my vase. I wanna sleep like Daniel, even in a lion's cave. I'm gonna get that promise, just like Jericho. Yeah, I know what'll make it for. I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise. I praise the mountain, moving body, raising broken chains. Gonna praise, I'm gonna praise. I praise the heaven, seated, undefeated, highest of names. That's who I praise. Hey, I praise the God who's proven He can do impossible things. That's who I praise. Hey, that's who I praise. That's who I praise. He is the Lion of Judah. He is the Lamb that was slain. The only one who's worthy, worthy, worthy of all of His names. That's who I praise. He is the risen Messiah. He is the Ancient of Days. The only one who's worthy, worthy, worthy of all of His names. That's who I praise. So I'm gonna praise. I praise the mountain, moving body, raising broken chains.